project reporting is such an extremely important component of every project, and it needs to become a discipline or part of your routine in terms of providing your stakeholders with comfort that this thing is actually progressing, and more importantly, we've got it under control and on track. As the project manager, I'm responsible for making sure that I'm presenting the right information to those stakeholders when and as they need it. And from a PM's perspective, the first thing that you need to do is sit down with those key stakeholders and identify what their needs are. So reports can range for anything from a status report where we're providing a snapshot of where we're at on the project, right through to detailed progress reports where we're delivering information around the key metrics to make sure that those baselines are being controlled. We're dealing with issues and risks, and we're identifying changes along the way, and that's being reported up the tree accordingly. But until we actually sit down with those stakeholders and identify what they want, how they want it, what sort of method or delivery they require, you're really flying a little bit blind there. So my advice to you is sit down and talk to your stakeholders and find out what their needs are around communications and reporting on the project, and from there you can develop a communications plan around that. So establishing the reporting cycle is important, whether it be weekly, fortnightly, monthly, whatever your stakeholders are most happy with. Typically most progress reports would be delivered on a monthly cycle. Together with that, you'd be looking at cost summary reports, baseline schedule reporting, milestone reporting, those sort of things, as well as dealing with risks and issues on a regular basis. Make sure that we're, from a project manager's perspective, to feed into those reports, we've got to make sure that we're getting timely and regular updates from our project team. So in a practical sense, that's sitting down on a regular basis, allocating work out, making sure that the tasks are being completed, and getting regular updates on progress around that. That would then feed into a more formalised report, which would go up the tree to be communicated to those stakeholder groups. In terms of the different types of methods that you might use, typically for most of my projects, it'll be a monthly progress report delivered face-to-face or via video conference. It depends again on your stakeholders and what their preferences are around that. Some of them will just, some may just want reports by exception, but and that's fine if that's what their needs are. So establishing their needs in the first instance is the most important thing to do, and then build in however you're going to communicate to them.